Hey everybody, it's Aaron Norris with the Norris Group. It is Thursday, November 10th. We're doing this a little early because tomorrow is Veterans Day and Trump won. What does this mean for real estate? That and much more as we cover the biggest headlines in real estate. You do not want to miss the radio show and podcast this week. We've got part 3 of I Survive Real Estate. We recorded that on October 21st at the Nixon Library with 400 people in the audience that helped us raise over $80,000 for Make-A-Wish in St. Jude, bringing our total to $700,000 in the last 9 years. So thank you for that. This week on the radio show and podcast, we've got John Burns and, of course, Doug Duncan with Fannie Mae, chief economist of Fannie Mae, actually talking about the economy, demographics, and different loan programs, all kinds of juicy stuff, so you won't want to miss that. According to the latest foreclosure report from CoreLogic, 36,000 foreclosures were completed in September, and Adam Data Solutions reported a 27% increase in foreclosure filings in October. Apparently, states like Arizona, Colorado, and Georgia are still working through some of the mess in 2009, but year over year, it's still very low. California Association of Realtors released updated affordability numbers, which now stands at 31. Last year at this time, it was 29. To qualify for the median home price of $515,000, a consumer needs to have an income of around $100,000. The Bay Area actually saw an increase in affordability over the last few months, while some areas like LA and San Bernardino, affordability actually went down. A Fed survey of senior loan officers at 69 domestic banks and 21 foreign banks is making it clear that commercial loans are a little harder to get these days. Has the zero interest rate sort of caused a pricing peak at this point for commercial? Well, banks are reporting that they are tightening standards on construction, land, and multifamily residential loans. That's not a surprise if you're around the Apartment Owners Association here in California. We've been hearing this all year. So we now have a new president-elect. Trump won, of course, this week. And what does it mean for real estate? So on our website, I'm posting a link to an NPR article about the 100 days when he first come to office, what he's going to be focusing on. Not much exactly in the real estate department, but a lot of things that could possibly affect it. So tax relief for the middle class and businesses. He's also going to be going after American companies to repatriate money, bring it back to the U.S. to invest and create jobs, and also incentives to make sure the American companies don't go outside. So that's going to be interesting. There is a definite shift on energy, clean coal, gasoline, oil. So, Texas to Dakotas, it'll be interesting to see if they get the pipeline project through and what that could mean for jobs in that region, and also infrastructure. There's been a clear talk, he's been talking quite a bit about wanting to invest in infrastructure, airports, roads, rail, you name it. That can mean a lot for jobs. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. There's also chat about investing in the military again. So a lot of the areas that rely, I know Riverside area, we've got a lot of military folks out here and bases that really support our economy. I mean a lot to the economy. So that'll be really interesting to see how that spills over into local markets. Most I talk to in the real estate industry are a little bit more comfortable that regulation and legislation affecting real estate will probably be off deck, at least in the short term, since it's got a Republican-led Congress as well as the presidency. So that has people comfortable. When it comes to immigration, I've been a little disappointed on both sides of the aisle. It's just so highly political, and I use the word export because that's the word that feels like that's what's being used. We're talking about people and families, and I don't understand how you export 10 million people who have been building a life here, expect them to go back to a country and not leave huge holes in some of our American cities. I don't get it. So yes, you would save money possibly in healthcare and some other areas, but they're contributing to an area. You've got housing that they're taking up. They're doing some jobs that American workers don't typically do. So I just haven't heard a robust conversation about this, and it really bothers me because I know, putting my personal hat on, nothing to do with the Norris Group, my personal feeling, if I was in Syria right now in a war-torn country, or if I was south of our border in the United States in an area where jobs were not prevalent, I was not being able to feed my family, I could not get education for my kids, you bet I would go where I needed to go, illegal or not, to make it happen on a possibility. So I just beg that if you're going to leave a comment today, please be decent and that people are involved whenever we talk about immigration. I really hope that our politicians can, you can't start over, you can't take back the things that you've said, but you sure can try to work together to create something that maybe not make everybody happy, because at this point, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen, but to negotiate and create a solution that will work for everybody. How do we create a legal path to citizenship that makes sense, stop it from happening because people are dying coming over the border, How do you make sure that people coming from countries that are war-torn, the people coming in are vetted, and that they're not going to cause problems once they're here? It's things that we have to discuss, but they should be discussed appropriately, and considering that a lot of families and people are suffering right now. So I want to hear what you have to think. What are some ideas or some things that you would like to see? What are you worried about in the real estate market that may be affected with a new presidency? I'd love to know what you think. If you're on YouTube, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. If you're on Facebook, please don't forget to not only like the Norris Group page, but don't forget to add us to your See First list and with notifications on. Leave your comments below the video. And if we miss something, share the story on our comment sections on either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll make sure to include it on our blog at thenorrisgroup.com/blog. Coming up February 4th, we've got 2% interest rates, $30 trillion in debt, and other surprise ending. This is going to be the first timing report that Bruce has done in a while. But this is going to be a little bit different because it's going to take an 8 to 10 year look out forward. So a little bit different, that we're going to be covering a long time span of what to expect in the future for California real estate. Information is on our website at thenorrisgroup.com. For more information on hard money lending, including fix and flip, buy and hold, and new construction, starting at only 6.9%, which is awesome, check out thenorrisgroup.com. Or if you want to learn more about passive investing with trust deeds, check out tngtrustdeeds.com. Veterans, thank you so much for your service. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all next week.